all use this thing every day in our lives. We use it before we go to bed. We use it when we wake up from bed. And we use it to watch YouTube videos and surround our lives around it. I'm talking about, of course, our smartphones. However, people don't realize the side effects of our smartphones. The long-term use of smartphones can actually lead to blindness, brain tumor, and of course, cancer. Now we, as the future generations of the humankind, should know that these side effects will affect our future. And I believe almost every single millennial has a phone. These health risks have to be addressed before it is too late. Now don't worry, I'm not here to tell you guys to stop using your smartphones. I'm using it right now, of course. But rather, the things that you are wrong, your bad habits with your phones, the side effect of doing these things, and how you could avoid doing it. Now I'm pretty sure if we're taking a call, we will put our smartphones, beside our ears, beside our heads. And during the night, we will watch YouTube videos with the lights off. And of course, we would rather use our smartphones without actually going to sleep. Now, which leads me to my first point, which is the radiation. The radiation emitted by smartphones are minuscule, but the repeated use every day and the constant exposure of it will affect our long-term health. Now, the International Agency for Research on Cancer classified mobile phones as possibly chronic, which means possibly causing cancer. Now, 3 studies since 1999 indicate that people who have used cell phones more than a decade may have much as 3 times a greater risk of developing brain tumors on their side of the brains where they mostly use their phones on. Now, when we use our phones during the night and expose our eyes to the blue light emitted by smartphones, we are actually making ourselves blind. Now, a new study published last month, the Journal of Scientific Report, the blue light emitted by our phones, tablets, laptops might increase our chance of becoming blind. Now, the study found that shining blue light on eye cells transforms virtual molecules into a cell-killing poison, which can lead to age-related macular degeneration, one of the biggest causes of blindness worldwide. Excessive use of smartphones can also contribute to mental health, not only physical health. People could get depression and headaches and decreased attention. Now, all these side effects, most caused, are focused to teenagers. Now, don't not worry, there are solutions to these habits. For example, by reducing the amount of radiation exposed to your smartphones, you could, use an earbuds like I am right now, to reduce the amount of radiation emitted by smartphones. Now, secondly, you could turn on the lights before going to bed while using your phones, because then the amount of blue light which enters your eyes will be decreased by a drastic amount, and especially if you're counting in the long-term side effects. And creating a habit which reduces the risk of creating an addiction problem. A simple act such as putting your phones on another room in which the room you were trying to sleep on, therefore enabling you to actually sleep well. Now imagine if the millennials today do not use my solutions that I proposed just now. There will be a whole generation in the future, our generation, which has multiple cases of cancer, brain tumors all over the world. And imagine a generation which almost half of them are blind. Now, how do we recover from that? It's like being Thanos. Now, the side effect can already be seen today. For example, the psychological effects that the addiction problem can actually decrease the attention problem, decrease the attention span of the teenager. more traffic accidents are happening today than in the last decade. Now, in this presentation, I have discussed the reasons why you have to change your habits with your phones, and I have done so by informing you the dangers like radiation and blue light, and of course the addiction problem. Now, I have given you the solutions to these problems, in which you can use your earphones, turn on the lights, and put your phone on a separate room. Now, I want you all to start doing these solutions today to create a better future for us all, a better generation for the future of humankind. Now, life is a choice. If you choose to live with those bad habits, good luck.